legendary Deja La Pearla. Legendary mother Deja La Pearla.
That's the Phoenix.
Who's the Phoenix?
Deja is my city.
A couple years on, came back, still busting, still running, still evil destruction.
OMG, today is a year since the iconic Deja La Pearla has went home. Wow, this is crazy and unbelievable to me. Deja is such an icon, such a performer, such a woman. Today, I'm going to pay homage to her that she definitely deserves. I know a lot of people, I post about my detransition, and some people feel like that's my thing, that I'm against trans. I love everyone. I respect Deja and view her as not only the best soft and cunt performer to ever walk this earth, but also as a beautiful woman who was great to me and so welcoming to me. When I first started out in the ballroom scene, I heard of her, and then I saw her, and I saw how she moved like elastic. She bent and twirled and defied gravity and had this stretch and control and this softness that was unmatched.
My brother Drew was her biggest fan, and he put me onto every clip. I watched everything she did, all the thousands of dollars that she's won, everything. So when I got a chance to meet her, and I met her, and we were both Geminis, and she was very, very nice to me and very open to me, and we always talked. Whatever. So when I got the team from Jack for the Rumble Ball, and I hit her up and asked her to be a part of it, it was crazy when she said yes. And a quick story I'm going to tell y'all about that is that, and this is an honest story, and this is where I'm going to start telling a lot of honest stories on here, because, you know, a lot of people won't do that, and this is actually ballroom history. So Team Phoenix, that was my team. It consisted of Katrina, the legend, my favorite, Amina, iconic, one of my favorites as well, Janice, legend, and Iconic Daesja and myself. So I got the team from Jack, and I thought, like, what am I going to do? Like, first of all, me being an underdog and always being an underdog, I definitely had that opportunity to bring forth my talent and what I could bring to the table to ballroom on a mainstream level. So I knew I had to go big. So I definitely wanted an all-film queen and an all-star team. So I picked in my mind. I picked it out in my mind and handcrafted this team. I thought about it. And it's the best team I've ever seen, and it's my favorite team, and it's just a moment in ballroom. Out of every regret that I may have, definitely Team Phoenix was one of my favorite moments. So creating this team, I went into it, like, I came into this thing like I mastermind. I wrote the production out and with Kevin, and mastermind and planned it. Like, me and him argued about it back and forth, because it was just we were the Team Phoenix. That was the theme that we had. It was like a superhero theme. So because we had the Phoenix, I made it kind of like go Phoenixy to me. So I'll never, I'll never forget like talking to Deja and her giving her input and her telling me. I told her that, you know, the song that I wanted and how I wanted my thing, which was I definitely had to have my girl Monica up on there, and she told me that she wanted the Lady Gaga and Beyonce telephone part to her thing, and everything else I put together myself or whatever with Kevin. And that was so crazy. Like, I had to give him the instructions, because Kevin have a way that he likes to do things, and I have a way that I like to do them, and I was paying big bucks for this. So this is my funny story. So when I made the production, of course I wanted to do it my way, but I forgot when you're dealing with girls, when you're dealing with women, a lot of issues come into play. And the issue, so I made my production, I wrote it out how I wanted to, and when I wrote it out, I put Janice first. So the order came out was Janice, and I wish I could have, because we did like, and it was Deja's idea to do the 5 elements, to make up these 5 elements. So Janice was Control, of course, so her song was Control, and her element was Control. We were doing the element of the Phoenix and stuff, and the Femme Queens. So I made Janice go first, did the production, boom. Janice was first, Katrina was second, Amina, then Deja, and then me. I got to go last because it was my team. You understand what I'm saying? So that was a given. You know that was already going to happen. But it was like, how did I place them in order? Now, so making Janice first, like, now a lot of people, like, you know, throw shade to Janice and stuff like that or whatever, and I respect her and look up to her. She's one of the girls. She's Janice. She's Jiggy Ja. I wasn't being disrespectful or whatever, but when Janice heard it, she was like, nah, I'm not going first. Katrina going first. And then I turned to my best friend. I'm like, yo, Janice said she not going first, that she feel like you should go first. And Katrina was like, yeah, I really don't want to go first. Like, I'm popping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Katrina felt like I'm Katrina. And I had agreed with her. And the only reason why I saw Janice going first was because Janice was that underdog, but she was such a hard person. Like, I remember going to her house. She had her routine. She had everything. Like, I told her to do the one dip, like that one dip that everybody went off for, but Janice had it in her mind already. She had it in her mind, her whole routine, and everything that she was just doing. I just told her that definitely on that ja, 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 ja. When they get to that Janice, be in a dip. Like, you know what I'm saying? Outside of that one little thing, which I was, you know, who am I to give Janice, you know, a master a tip or anything like that? But I did. I remember it. And she listened and she did it exactly how. I went to her house. I gave her, this was back in the day, so I handed her the CD and da-da-da-da. And she was over being first, and she made a big fuss about it. And then Katrina didn't want to be first. And then, but in my mind, so like, Amina is a, you know, family to me. But outside of all of that, she's Philadelphia, and she's hands, and she's performance, and she's just like Karande's, Amina, Blahnik, Prodigy. You know, she just go back too far from my performance. You know what I'm saying? From where I learned and how I learned, I couldn't put Amina first. I couldn't put Deja Boogala Kump first. What was I going to do? So Janice felt how she felt. Janice felt how she felt. Katrina felt how she felt. And so I had to make a decision, because I think Katrina's element was electricity. So it was like Control, electricity. You know what I'm saying? Da, 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 da. So I ended up, like, just because it was so much, it was so much back and forth, like, with them two or whatever. And I felt like Katrina. I understood Katrina. First of all, me and Katrina, we were a different generation from them girls, period. So it was like, of course, y'all gonna expect for me to put Katrina first, but Katrina literally had power. She didn't even get set that night. She literally, like, was in her prime, And us being where we were, like, I think we both started around 04, 05-ish or whatever. Like, this was 2010. It's like, why put the new girl that's going to maybe have a little bit of nerves and still be like who, we are from the generation, the YouTube generation. We were from that group right there. Like, why would I put her first? And I knew that she was like a hyper, like, you know what I'm saying? A fan favorite, a YouTube favorite, a Vogue favorite. Why would I put her first? No shade to Janice. Like, it's no shade to, I felt like Janice should have go first. And, but had I stuck to my guns, she would not have. You know what I mean? And I knew that. I knew that. She made it pretty clear. Like, she told me, niece, I'm not going before Katrina. I really shouldn't be going before. I mean, like, she had her shade with her. Like, she felt like how she felt. So I called Deja and I was distressed. Like, the production was already done. I said, Deja, this is how it's going or whatever. And Deja said, listen, I'll go first. Deja said, I will go first. When I told you, that made me, I told her, I said, Deja, you're definitely not going first just for even just saying that. Like, you're going to definitely be last no matter what. You're going to come out right before me just because I need that energy. You know what I'm saying? It would have definitely either had to be Deja or Katrina just for me to feed off that energy, for me to bring what I needed to bring. You know what I mean? So I told her, I was like, you're going last and you're so iconic. You're Deja. Like, you're definitely going last. There's not going to be no other way, and I just was so grateful for her, like, for her doing that. Like, she just was so humble and so beautiful and such a great person. She really would have went first, which would have been crazy to me. Like, that would have been like a slap in the face and like disrespectful, but she was willing to do it. That's the type of performer and that's the type of person, that's that Gemini, and that's how she was. That night we prayed together before the team. I think everybody prayed. We all prayed together, and Deja was the lead of everything. She did a drag show that night to Monica's Superman, which was amazing. She looked amazing. I remember me and Pablo, we went to go bring her the CD back in the day, so, and the middle of Times Square in daytime, and she had a bone snatch ponytail, just looking so real and so beautiful, and she just was such an amazing person. Now, I tell the tea, the whole truth or whatever. She did get a little, tipsy that night, and we, there was a little bit too much going on, and she did, like, we got our laughs, because she was Deja. She did a lot of making us laugh that night, but she held us together, and she rode for me, and she made Team Phoenix. You feel me? Like, she made it, and she gave me power, and she helped me take my name and my confidence to the next level just because she was on my team. And when she did that, when she finished her performance and she did the hands and she pointed and said the last one standing and pointed to me, it was like, yo, that was an amazing moment in my ballroom career. Deja, I love you. You made me laugh. You kept it real. You taught me so many things. I miss you. I know I'll see you again. I know the beautiful person that you are on inside and out. And I'm thankful for that moment that you shared with me on Team Phoenix. On your 1 year anniversary, I promise to always tell beautiful, amazing stories about you because I have so many. And I promise to keep your name alive. And although I detransitioned, you knew that. We talked on the phone. You called and you told me, a lot of stuff. You said a lot of stuff on the phone, a lot of mornings when you would call me, and I'll see you again.